If you or someone you know has MS, the Gateway Area Chapter has a wealth of information. They have programs like financial assistance and wellness programs to help keep you active. They're here to help people and families who are living with MS. It was a double-edged sword. First of all, it gave a name to what had been happening to my body. The first thing you go through is, just this terrible, terrible thing. But for me, where I say double-edged sword, it's because I notice things more now. Not to get sappy, but the fall colors, you never really stop to pay attention to those. Time is a very great thing. I hate wasting time. Family, you find out what family really is. You find out who your true friends are. In the long run, I'm probably a better person because I got to appreciate more things, and I used to just be stuck in that work for the man, work for the man, work for the man thing. And now I get to take time throughout the day and just enjoy. The easiest way to describe my main problem is if you took and tensed up all of the muscles in your body, that's how hard I have to push to relax. First of all, I had a very good neurologist who gave me their contact information right away. I became very knowledgeable on MS by using their lending library, attending their seminars. They make so many things available that you're not out there all by yourself. The events that I've done, it's basically because somebody says, well, do you really think you can walk 50 miles in 3 days? I'm not sure that you should. And for me, when someone tells me I can't, that's MS, changes where I hear the words I will. I did the MS Dean Team Challenge Walk this summer, and I walked 50 miles in 3 days, which is something I never thought that I could do. But then on top of that, I was chosen along with Ike Dean, little 9-year-old boy that also walked the 50 miles with me, as we were chosen as co-inspirational award winners. On the second day, I pulled my Achilles tendon, and I pulled something on the front of my left leg. So I had to use both crutches for the last 10 miles, and I was hurting. I didn't know if I was going to finish. But I got a message that Ike was waiting for me at the 1 mile mark, and that's when I was at about the 3 mile mark, and Ike was refusing to finish until I got there. So I went ahead and I cried for those 2 miles, gave Ike a big hug, and we cried for that last mile. And when I got to the finish line, walkers had come out and volunteers and family, and it was just a huge emotional thing. To finish the race, I was physically and emotionally drained. I remember crossing the finish line, and all kinds of different people came, get this little tear here, all different kinds of people came up and started hugging me. And like I say, I never thought that I could walk 50 miles in 3 days. And that last day I wouldn't have, if it wouldn't have been for Ike. I hurt, and I was thinking about dropping out even though I was so close, because at that point you keep thinking that, okay, 45 miles in 3 days, that's pretty good. But I also have this stubbornness in me, and I told them that if I had to crawl, I was going to finish it. But crossing the line was just, you can't put it in words. It's just, I look back at the pictures now that people had taken, and I was just crying like a baby. I just remember the hugs.
The Gateway Area Chapter is improving the quality of life for thousands of people living with MS. If you or a loved one has MS, please call the Gateway Area Chapter.
Together, we can help identify people who can benefit from programs and services the Gateway Area Chapter has to offer.
I tell people who are newly diagnosed with MS is that you have to validate that truly this is something that is devastating to be told that yes, this is an incurable progressive disease. But I remind them that it doesn't stop you from pursuing your dreams. And I hope that they understand that I don't mean to make light of it, but I always tell them, MS rarely kills you. It'll keep you around to torture you, but it'll give you challenges that you can overcome.